Is your 3D printer failing to extrude out softer materials like TPU or foaming PLAs? And you're getting like a flat spot like this? Well, my first part of my printer to wear out apparently was this little extruder gear, and you can see that little, you can see it right there in the profile. This is the old brass one that's pressed on from Creality. And used a combination of a few videos on how to get it off. I used this channel locks right there, and then I went in and used this T-nut, and I used that against the channel locks to push off the what do we call it, old gear. And I got these new ones from Amazon, the replacement gear. I'll put a link in the description for that. You get 5 of them. They're stainless steel. But I was mostly seeing this on the softer filaments. Normal PLA was working fine, but again, this is surprising that this is the first item. You can see the little flat spot. It just sat there and spun on it. But anyway, if you look at this old extruder gear, whatever you want to call it, you can see the groove worn in it. So it's just not grabbing it. It used to print fine, but that seems to be the wear item and where things are breaking down. These are stainless steel ones, so I took the extruder gear off and then swapped this new part out, and we'll see how it's going to play out. All right, everything's back together. Again, this T-nut here was here to act like an arbor to push in the center against the other side of it, and that helps pop off the connection. I also used channel locks going around. I could put a link in the video for that. Where I went around it with channel locks just to help kind of loosen the thing up on the old gear. It's shot anyway. But there's everything right there. And it uses 2 different size wrenches. Basically, you got to take this little arm off with this, and this bolt uses this bigger wrench, and then there's a smaller one that takes these 3 off. You can drop the motor. There's a little bit of glue holding on the little connector, like the JT connector. Anyway, unplug that. You definitely want to, get that motor unplugged and sitting right in front of you. But that's how everything goes together. Seems to be working normal. And I'll try it out with some softer materials, probably like lightweight PLA or something. Okay, doing a run here with some Polymaker pre-foamed lightweight PLA. Let's see here. You can see the gear moving around right now. So it's holding the traction with those set screws. Let's see here, I'm doing a base, it's printing on base mode. 125% flow. And we'll give it a bit and see if it can basically print what's needed without developing a flat spot in the filament. It's typically where it has to retract and go back and forth, and then just kind of burns a flat, an area where it won't grip the filament anymore. It's just showing the gear moving right there. Seems to be going very steady. Okay, here's the conclusion. It seemed to fix the issue with that new gear right there, extruder gear. So normal PLA was working fine, and when I did lightweight PLAs, TPUs, you can see it right here, it just failed to extrude, basically flat spotted the filament, and filament no longer came out, and just wore back and forth on that, and you get a result like this where the floor was filling up and then it stopped right there. But after I put the new gear on right there, this is the pre-foamed PLA. Let's see, that's from Polymaker. And then I got right here some E-Sun. This is another LW lightweight PLA. So this is pre-foamed and this is post-foam. So this foams after it hits the extruder. But anyway, that seemed to do the trick. So if you're experiencing, regardless of filament, if it just seems to flat spot on the filament and no longer comes out and you're getting errors like this, then that's definitely something to check out with that extruder gear, especially if it's getting worn down. Let's see if I can show it really close. So you can see that little groove that's been worn in there. And that was just enough to make it not grip. And if it doesn't get a good enough grip, it just sits there and basically flattens down the filament. See if I got another little piece of it right here. There we go. So you can see it right there, where it's just basically, that's why they're so, you know, advertising about it being 1.75 millimeters. It's right there is where it flat spotted, and that was enough to just have the filament sit there and the wheels spinning and nothing happening. So if you get this kind of error, that's something to check out, and check out the link below for the gear I used. I chose to use stainless. Hopefully it'll last a little bit longer than the brass. I don't see a good reason to use brass in an application like this. It almost should be like carbide or something to grab the stuff and not wear out. But hopefully this will be a fix for you guys. Best of luck.